What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Football Boot Hour with me, Boot Wizard, here on the Boot Wizard channel, and my good friend and podcast co-host Andrew from the Lockhart Boot Blog, who is obviously joining us here as always. This week we are going to be talking about Justin's getting annoyed already. God damn it. This week we're going to be talking about Nike sneaker remakes, like the way they've taken sneaker designs and put them onto football boots. Obviously, the big one recently was this one, the Air Max 95 Superflies, which I got in today. So we're going to kind of go through them all. We're going to rank them, see what we think of them. There's not that many. And then we're also obviously going to talk about what released this week and also what we have been wearing. So, Andrew, where would you like to start? New releases or what you've been wearing? Because you've got quite a few new stuff in.
Well, let's at least do the new releases, because otherwise I feel like we're going to forget them.
It does happen. Okay, I did have a bit of a problem putting this together because I was like, I swear I'm missing something here. Like I either missing or I've included something that I shouldn't have included. But anyway, we're going to start with this, which I actually don't know why I got a picture because I have these.
Picture works.
So the new Under Armour Shadow Elite 3. So I have a little kind of story on this, I suppose. So Under Armour actually gave these to me. So Under Armour sent them out. So big shout out to Under Armour on that. And essentially, I was told that I wasn't allowed to showcase anything until the 20th. So that would be tomorrow. But obviously things change and various things like that. But they were like, right, that's the release date. Don't show anything. I was like, okay, fine. Not a problem. Then about a month ago, Under Armour US dropped this colorway. US, Canada, I think New Zealand all dropped this particular colorway. So I emailed the Under Armour contact I've been talking to, and I was like, hey, do you want me to like drop the content? Is this like something that needs to go out? And I'm assuming I'm dealing with kind of like Under Armour UK, EU, and they were basically like, no, like don't talk to me about it. Just wait, please. I was like, okay, fine, no worries. They were so pissed off. And then obviously there was a big drop. A lot of the big name kind of Instagrammers and everything all got theirs out on Wednesday. And I was told I could drop on Thursday. So I dropped my review of these, which is actually my first video on the Under Armour Shadow Elite 3 was on the black and red. That was just an unboxing, kind of a little look at them. And then this was a full kind of in-depth playtest review. Really, really, really nice boots. Boots that I enjoy quite a lot. Also a colorway that I really like, actually. So with that in mind, where would we like to rank these? What are you thinking?
Let's just put them in good because they didn't let you release their video early.
I don't think they're great anyway. Like I think great would be too high. Yeah. Like it's too much. They're not that special, but the gray with the yellow, I think this is a really really nice colorway.
Done.
Absolutely. I think this is probably my favorite of the ones they've released so far as well. So yeah, this for sure for me definitely has to go in good. I think that's a really really nice boot. Okay, the chat has come alive. Andrew Palmer, which is Footloose Boots, is in. Tempo 6s is one of his favorite colorways. That's the Air Max ones. Footloose Boots. How are you here twice, Footloose Boots? Saying that these are his favorite boots on the market, and saying that we should have remembered that these are were for 420. Oh dear. It's not Volt. Anybody say Volt, I will kick you, I promise. No. High vis, but glow. Yeah, high vis according to the USA, but glow strike according to the UK. So depends where you are.
S2S Creations. It's the two best ASIC salesmen I've ever seen.
S2S Creations got a pair of the DS Lite X Fly Pro 3 this week in the white and forest green.
You did.
And they're absolutely delightful. So got to give a shout out to that. DJ has joined us. Forgot about the pod. How'd you forget about us, DJ? At the same time every week. Can't forget about us. So mean. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which a random one. Hold on. Here we go. We
yeah, that
got
was
the new
very random.
True Socks boots. So the Tenachi, I suppose,
'Tanachi.
2.0, which are interesting.
Hmm.
Like, I can't say I'm blown away. I haven't got much information on them.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does. They didn't even have anything on their website when I went to look.
No, so I pulled this photo off Instagram. So
Yeah.
normally I can go and search and find like a half decent photo from somewhere, but I pulled this off Instagram. So we don't know a huge amount about them yet.
Hmm.
I'd like to try them just because they're something different.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Nothing wrong with that. I hoping they're a little bit cheaper and easier to get hold of than
Yeah.
the one, which obviously had that huge delay and then were very, very expensive.
Hmm.
So hopefully something worth trying, I think, throughout the year as they come in, but I probably
I've,
won't
I've,
rush to get them.
I've got to point out in one of their press photos, it shows people playing in them. And their whole thing about grip socks has always been like, oh, it stops your heel from slipping out the boot, blah, 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 blah. And there's a picture. It's not in the foreground. It's kind of like in the background, but there's a picture
Yeah.
and somebody's heel is coming out of the shoe while they're wearing True Socks.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I don't think True Socks are going to be getting in touch with me about these boots anytime soon, considering
You know?
I've never done a direct review of the True Socks socks, but on all of my grip sock tier lists, obviously the True Socks are in there, and I am never kind. So,
No. They've got a lot
especially,
of
they're like
grip, and
60, oh,
there
60, 70
you
euros now. What
you
the?
can buy here. You can buy 4 pairs of Tabio socks for 1 pair
Mm.
of the True Socks.
Oh, True Socks
It's
prices are
absurd.
insane.
It's absolutely
Insane.
absurd. Those are
Um,
meh.
yeah, meh. I think meh
Meh.
is
Meh.
completely fine for that. So here we go. Let's move on to the next one. I just put this in here because it was kind of the jersey was in there as well, and I was like, it's kind of a cool thing to see. I
Yeah,
know we don't really do the indoors, so I don't think
yeah,
we need to rank them. I just wanted to show off
uh-huh.
the orange
Yeah. Jersey's
Netherlands.
really cool.
The jersey is very cool.
Hmm.
The indoors are the indoors. We've had loads of them now, but I do love that that particular jersey. Anyway, so we shall move on to these, which are
Oh,
the
those are
new
very nice.
Song
Human
Heung
Son,
Min,
Song
Heung Min
Human.
Son, sorry, Adidas Predator. Sorry, Predator.
No,
God, I'm
you were
looking at
right.
Predator on the
It's
screen.
Son is first.
Right. Okay.
Son Human.
F50 laceless. I
Hmm.
think these are very nice.
I
Again,
do
kind of like
like
you
these
said,
a
they're
lot.
pretty tasteful.
Hmm.
I red, white, and blue. You know, it's nice.
Very
They're just
nice.
the design running around the kind of edging,
Hmm.
the instep, and kind of son. I think this. I like the son instead of the F50. That's very cool.
Uh-huh.
I think this is
Yeah,
a nice looking football boot.
yeah. I like these a lot. I've got my notifications on for these.
Yeah, that'd be a cool one. I assume they will fly where you are. I'm
Yeah,
assuming
yeah.
because the last pair
The
just disappeared, didn't they?
They disappeared, and not a single pair wound up on the resale market.
Which
Not
is
a
great.
single pair.
Which is a pain, but great to see.
Yeah, yeah. It just proves
I,
that people really want them.
yeah, I love that they didn't end up on the resale market.
Yeah.
Speaking of the resale market, now I don't have pictures of these because I essentially didn't have time to pull them. But we got the like the Predator collab drop this week, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, with
Um,
Keith.
yeah, so New York streetwear fashion
Yeah.
collab with Predator. So we got the kind of black and what I would call a Noah Kavanagh blue,
Hmm.
and the white one as well. I think they're both
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, they
It
are.
just, I think it's just a. We'll get into this also about the MX 95s. It's a thing where like it's just me. Like it doesn't
Mhm.
speak to me. I couldn't have cared less.
Yeah.
Um, I think you had to be really into like maybe streetwear or really into the Preds to
Hmm.
go for them. It was obviously a huge thing. There was a
Hmm.
massive raffle for them. I think Trev Dunphy picked up a couple of pairs, which is pretty
Yeah.
cool. But
They just.
like they look great. I just didn't
Yeah, they
care.
do. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't really care either. And it's another mania.
Mm,
It is yet another mania.
yeah,
So
milking that one for all it's worth, aren't
I think that cow's teat is dry.
they? Yeah, Justin says here he's loving how they put the names of the players instead of the F50, like
Yeah, yeah, that was
like
real
on
cool.
that really cool Salah and Yamal as well. I think that's
Yep.
really good. And yeah, it's a great point on those Preds as well. They were like $350 plus. They were a very expensive pickup. Jack here says £340 was what, because there was a weird kind of conversion depending on
Mm.
where you were and stuff.
Oh
£340.
god,
Holy
that's like close to
crap.
$400.
This is true. Clippy did
Manufacturing
say last
consent for the more expensive ones.
Clippy did say
Huh?
last week on the pod that we were due for another Mania drop, and then we hit that
He
one.
did say that. He did say that.
Called it.
Yeah.
Speaking of, oh, sorry, where did we ranking the Sons? Are they great or are they good?
Oh, the Suns are great.
Great. Top tier. Happy.
Top tier.
And speaking of Predators, there was my transition right there. We have
Ooh.
these. So the new Bellingham kind
Did
of
these actually officially
chromes.
release over there?
You
Can you
can't
buy
buy them.
them? But they
No.
just. Oh, okay.
No, you can. No, sorry. What am I talking about? Oh my god, it's late and I'm fried. Yes, I bought a pair. What am I talking about? I don't have them yet, but I have the Adidas notification they have shipped to me. So I should have them. It's obviously it's Easter, so there was no post today from like on post, and there'll be nothing obviously tomorrow, Sunday, or Monday. So I don't think I'll get them until Tuesday. But they are on the way to me. They're another one that I bought for the content. I don't like. I love them. I think they look great. They're a
Yeah, they're
really, really
amazing.
nice looking football boot. But I have definitely reached this point now where if I have one of something, I no longer
don't
care.
need one.
Like I don't need another one. It has to be unbelievable for me to want a second one. Like even the Japan Puma Ultras that we love. I don't care enough to buy a pair because I already have a pair. So I'm like,
I want a pair.
I'm done. I know you want a pair. Like there's
Yeah.
this.
I
But again,
love.
that's kind of like your bar of like, okay, I really want those, and you
Yeah,
obviously have that because you're in Japan.
I like
I
this.
don't have that.
The duality of man. Justin saying Jude's going a tier above great, followed by DJ awful. Just don't think the burgundy works. I think I think this is really good. I think these are
I
great.
think this is great. I don't agree with Justin. I don't think it goes above great, but it is definitely great.
Yeah.
The chrome, I think the burgundy is a nice accent color with it. Sorry, DJ.
This is the kind of thing we needed to see where we're complaining that brands were doing too many callbacks, right? And this is a slight callback to the Beckhams of old, but it's kind of done so differently that, like, if Bellingham scores a ridiculous free kick or a ridiculous goal in these, people will remember the boots.
This is the thing, right? So there's two things here. One is these should be so special and so hyped because look at them and look at what they are. But I do think they've been drowned a little bit by all the colorways, all the releases. So so Adidas have killed them themselves a little bit, which is a shame. Which they definitely did with his first release. And then on top of that, please, Lord, let him wear these for a while. Like, just let him wear them.
Who's going to know? Because they're not in the Champions League anymore, so.
Shots fired. But yeah, like, honestly, I just, please, God, let him wear them. Like, let him wear them till the end of the season.
Yeah, you might as well at this point because they almost have nothing to play for.
Right? And just put him in them, let him wear, and let him create something, some kind of special moments or something in them, and like really try and create something iconic around these boots.
Yeah.
I think they've done a good job of associating Bellingham with the Predator, as in like he's probably the player that I now think of when someone says new Predator, Bellingham. He's my go-to. So now they need to give him a colorway that's really iconic, really stand out.
Yeah.
And I think that could be it. You just have to let him wear them.
Yeah.
I like Justin's comment here. He says that we're wrong, and he's going to start his own podcast to state his opinion. You should do that, Justin. Yeah, maybe call it the Bootcast podcast. Get Colby involved. Maybe Matt Burns Boots as well.
Yeah.
That'd be they'd be good partners. Oh dear. Okay, and is right. That's all I've got. So if
But you
there's
forgot the
more,
Messi.
is that official? Yeah,
Yeah, it's
fine. I forgot the
official.
Messi. Is it official?
Yeah,
Official?
it's
Yeah.
official. Official. It's available to buy. I could have had a
Oh, you
pair
can buy
here
it. Oh,
already.
I cannot. I cannot buy those.
Oh,
I
really?
don't think. I don't think so. I could be wrong. See, this is the problem. There's just too many goddamn releases.
Yeah.
I
Those
struggle.
those look for me. Those look great, and they shouldn't. They absolutely should not.
I lie. I can absolutely buy them. They are currently
But you
on
don't
the
need them.
Adidas website.
You
I
don't
no,
need
I
them.
get it's this same thing. It's like I really like these, to the point where I know it's ridiculous, but they're probably my favorite colorway of the Messi F50.
No, not for me.
I
But
so I think they're better than the gold. I think
yeah,
they're better than the white purple.
yeah.
What else? What else have we got? What came after
The
that?
Bad Bunny, Bad Bunny.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right. I prefer the Bad Bunny. I do
Yeah,
prefer the
same,
Bad Bunny.
same. But it's
Um,
it's it's like I was flipping through pictures of it on my phone, and there's one of the pictures they have on the retailer site here. It's just like mostly a picture of the tongue, and it's
right.
so bright that I was just like, oh.
Too much. But yeah, I do really like them. I'm literally
Yeah,
just creating a. I'm getting them into this onto the screen right now. Here we go. Look
there
at
we go.
that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I should not like these at all. This is not my taste
I
or style.
I should like these. I don't understand
I
why
blame
you
you.
like these.
I blame you. I blame you.
Obviously,
It's like a sickness. It's like I've gotten sick by being around you too much.
The hilarity is obviously, of course, that the Mercurial is exactly the same. So we now have a Mercurial and the Messi F50 that are basically the same colorway.
Yeah, but these
And
look so
then
much more vibrant
I
than that
agree. I
Merc
think these are
does.
a
Yeah,
nicer colorway than the Mercurial. I think it's the material itself, the
yeah,
hybrid
yeah.
touch.
The versus the Flyknit, the hybrid touch shows colors
Exactly.
better. The hybrid touch is kind of washed out with colors.
I agree.
Yeah.
And then just a few minutes ago,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's that. So Unisport posted this. So this is a New Balance collab that they're doing,
Mm-hmm.
and the two colors are pink and blue. It's
Like,
the same
are they
shades of pink and
trying?
blue.
Are they trying to like associate everything with Miami because that's like the team to watch at the moment?
I have no idea.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so that is a thing that is happening. I'm interested to see what that is. It's a Furon,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
I'll be interested to see what that is as well, just to pile it in. But are we going with great with these?
Yeah, yeah.
Great, nice. It's been a
I don't
good
know why.
week.
I don't know why. I can tell you,
I'm
rethink my
enjoying.
life's choices.
I've infiltrated your mind. Okay, let me just close that so I can get back to the live chat here.
Andrew in the chat. Oh my god! I swear to God, New Balance.
Someone get Andrew a Snickers.
Oh my gosh! I actually have a huge migraine right now, so this is really fun.
It's
You're
really
welcome.
fun. Yeah, me laughing at your misfortunes.
Did we get something else this week?
Chat, did we get something else this week? Because I don't know. Chris Rico just says barf. And Full Loose Boots does make a good point. We did already get this colorway in the Crazy Fast,
We did.
but there's something about this that just I really like.
Yeah.
It's doing it for me. It is doing it for me. GJ says a quick one before we get into these trainers boots ranking with the Nike ID with a lot of pro customs. I don't know if you could get this. DJ, you've lost me.
I think you're rambling, buddy.
Send that again. I did. Justin says, I'm telling you, the survey they do for the popular upcoming colorways has to be done by one company and sent to multiple brands. Yeah, it's
You would
probably
be surprised.
True. Yeah.
We got the greatest
Okay.
comeback in Europa League history. No one cares. I don't care. Who cares about
I care.
that?
I care. It was fantastic. I was so
There's
pleased that I
something
was
wrong
actually.
with y'all.
I was in the studio because I was working, and I kind of had it on in the background, and then like obviously just ended up watching it because it was
Mm-hmm.
insane. And
Mm-hmm.
then I'm so glad that I was in here because if I wasn't, like when that equalizing goal went in, I would have woken the whole house up and I would have been murdered.
Do
So
I have mod privileges here?
yeah, should have.
Okay, I'm gonna see. Can I put Justin in timeout?
I would say so. If you don't, if you don't have mod privileges, just comment and I'll put you and I'll give you them. Okay,
Anyways, yeah, I'm
DJ.
glad. I'm
So
glad y'all had
so
something to celebrate this
we did
train wreck of a season.
absolute train wreck. We've got to take what we
Yeah,
can get.
yeah.
There we go. Yeah, so DJ is actually saying that a lot of pros are getting custom colorways on the new Mercs, so like they're getting them custom themselves, like
Hmm.
from Pete Zeng and things like this. Would be great if we could ID that. Yes, absolutely
Yeah.
agree. That would be fantastic.
But Nike started dropping the ID service in a lot of
It
places.
has, yes.
So
There,
Australia and New Zealand, they've already dropped it.
yep. So that doesn't look promising
That's
for that to
the
continue.
absolute worst time to start doing that
Yeah,
because
the
there's so
opposite
many
of what you should be
companies
doing.
now. Yeah, like Adler's doing their or custom service, and it's not perfect, but it's good. And they I've heard rumors that a few other companies are going to be starting their own. So
Yeah, yeah.
I
More and
kind of
more people are leaning into
yeah,
it.
that's what the customers are going to start wanting. But
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's move on
yeah,
to what we've been wearing slash what we got.
yeah.
So let's start with you got a lot of things. What did you
I got
get
a
this
lot of
week?
things. I don't think I had these last week. These did I
You
have these
didn't. So
last
you
week?
said they might arrive, and they didn't
Yeah,
actually arrive during the pod. So
yeah.
those are fantastic.
God, look at the details. I mean, these this is stitched into the
Yeah.
like an actual. Yeah, this is like a woven material in the heel.
Oh,
The 4 stars, and the guy said he wore these once. So like he just had them in his collection and just wanted to get rid of them. And I was amazed at how cheap I got these. So these are going to proper boots. These are
yeah.
not. I could probably squeeze into these, but proper boots have been looking for these, and I picked these up. I paid like $98 for these, and then I wanted to find.
I'm just laughing at Proper Boots' comments
Yeah,
in the
proper
chat.
boots is going nuts. So I went on. I was like, it'd be cool if I could find a pair for myself. So I kind of went on Vinted in a few places, and these are like 2,000 euros.
Yeah, they're crazy, crazy
Yeah.
prices.
So I was like, how did I manage to pull this off?
But yeah,
I don't know.
$100, Proper
Yeah,
Boots.
yeah. They're still. Yeah, the guy had been using leather food on them, so the leather's actually
No
soft
way.
and
So
in
they're
really good
still
shape. Yeah, I think the sole plate. I think the sole plate might be okay,
okay.
but I wouldn't risk it too much. This might be one of those like, yeah, there's like a crack in the heel on like the top plastic, but like
Right.
I think this is purely like get a photo session and then put them in a display.
Yeah, yeah. Get
Yeah,
out in them a little bit, just and then treat them
yeah,
nice.
yeah,
Retire
yeah,
them.
yeah. So there's that. And then I got the boot that I've been chomping at the bit for, which is the Athleta
Yes.
Proximo.
I am so
Proxima.
excited because I really want a pair of these.
These are so nice. Like, can you hear that?
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this texturing on here and the fact that this midsection is reinforced. I don't think it's going to work quite as strong as they want it to, but the fit on these is so nice. It's got the tongue that's similar to the F50. Let's see if we can
Oh yeah,
see that. Yeah, where it's attached to the sole
yeah. Mm-hmm.
plate. And this knit is super high quality.
It
Like,
looks amazing.
these have no right to be this nice because these are way cheaper than almost everything on the market here.
Yeah. How much did
Like
they? How
these
much were they?
these were 20,000 yen, so that's what, like 135 euros.
Damn.
So these are even cheaper than the Icon 2s here.
Yeah.
And so
So
yeah, these are superb. The heel is ridiculous.
So for those that don't know what those are, kind of what's the big appeal of that upper? Like what's the
It,
tech?
it's it is called the wet sand tech, and it. Am I good? Am I good? I
Oh,
just
you
got a
good? You
warning.
good?
Okay. Yeah, so it's designed to feel like wet sand, and wet sand is like it sticks to a lot of stuff. So it's quite a grippy surface. It's not like Predator grippy or anything like that, but it's going to be noticeable. And I just like the reinforcements here and here and here and here. It's really smart, really well done. Um, as soon as I got these in, as soon as the same day as everything else I'm going to show. But as soon
Yeah,
as these came in, I'm like, these got to be priority number one
yeah.
for
And
review.
priority number one, get those
Yeah,
done.
yeah, yeah.
Nice.
The only thing they cheaped out on, and I wouldn't call it cheaping out, but the insole is a bit basic.
Okay,
But
we've seen
considering
worse
how
though.
nice, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. So considering how nice the rest of the boot is, it's like okay, that's fine.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
I'm definitely I'm excited for the review, and I'm excited to have enough money to
get a
message you and be
pair.
like, Andrew, buy
Yeah,
me a pair of those, please.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. And then we got the TLSS Tactician Goat.
wow,
This
those
is this
are
is a
amazing looking.
yeah. These look amazing. They feel amazing in hand. This is a really really nice leather. You got this nice tactile grip on the side here, slightly cushioned. The insole is superb. It's a really nice insole.
Yeah, that's the same insole that they've got on the striker, or on my striker at
Mm-hmm.
least.
That flash
And yeah,
foam.
really nice.
I will say, um, this is the one you can tell the least, but there are I wouldn't call. I'd say it's something to think about. So this heel is really wide.
Okay.
That's a really wide heel. Like it's got plenty of cushioning and it's comfortable. And I'm glad they included these extra lace hole because most people
Yeah.
will probably need it. I do like this rubberized bit here to help not destroy the leather. The laces are very much similar to Mizuno as in they are extremely cheap laces,
Yeah.
like these cotton things that should be on a sneaker, not on a performance boot. So sole plate's really nice though. Good, you know, nice stiffness, decent midfoot stability. It's got the carvo, so
Nice.
these are made in China though.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the carvo is made in Japan, but everything else is made in China. Is what it is. I'm a little bit miffed because apparently they've been telling people their boots are made in Japan, which is not true.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
we've got the Libero.
Yeah.
And I think this is the one I'll probably get along with the most. And I was thinking about
Okay.
Justin when I got these in because Justin loves his laceless boots as well. These are really nice. Again, the Tajin upper is made in Japan, but
Yeah.
and so is the Carvo,
And the Carvo, but it's it's made in
everything
China.
else
Yeah. Yeah.
it's made in China. Insole's pretty good in this as well.
That's got
They've
the
got
dual
pour-on.
pour-on inserts, and yeah.
Yes, yeah, yeah. So that's really nice. I think I'm going to get along with these really well too. I've got a long history of laceless boots, and these are going to be fun. I think I'm going to really enjoy these. Some nice
I agree.
grip zones in some good places. So there's that. And then finally, I also got the striker, but I got with
Nice.
the MG plate.
I see. So I have the Libero in the MG plate, and I have the Striker in the FG plate. So I have it the other way around.
I figured I'd want to be wearing the Libero more, so I wanted an FG plate for that. And
I
then
went the other way.
yeah, this would be like cool to have.
Yeah.
Again, Tajin upper, Carvo insert. This Tajin upper though, this feels like closer to like a miracle, like the takedown vapors
Okay.
of old. Yeah, I kind of see this as like their takedown model
Interesting.
a
Okay.
bit. Yeah, yeah, and it was cheaper than the rest. I will say though, for being a takedown model, the knit on here is like super high quality.
Really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
My
that's a really nice knit.
my thoughts on the upper were very much that I thought it was. So my comparison was the Vapor 10, but
Mm-hmm,
but it's definitely thicker and stiffer.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
So like that was which is probably exactly why you're saying like a miracle.
yeah,
So yeah, I was like, it's got Vapor 10 texture, it's Vapor 10
mm-hmm,
feel, but it's thicker and it's stiffer. And I
mm-hmm,
definitely think it's going to take a couple of sessions, or it does take a couple of sessions. I've had mine for a little while now to kind of break them in.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd be interested to see your review in terms of like just pure striking of the ball, because there's
Mm-hmm.
something about that one in particular, the striker, that
Mm-hmm.
just hitting the ball is lovely, and I think it's because
Yeah.
that upper's quite solid.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and I haven't mentioned this in a while, but the Adidas Nemesis. So I quite like. One of the reasons I like the Nemesis is because that upper and striking the ball is kind of, it has a bit of barefoot, but it's also quite solid, and I feel like I get a similar sensation out of the striker, and I like that quite a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. And this sole plate's fantastic. So
Amazing,
yeah,
amazing.
this is a great sole plate. Insoles are nice too. So even though I feel like this upper's kind of cheap, I like there's not a lot of midfoot structure.
Mm.
I still think this is going to do really well. And again, these were ridiculously cheap for the tech they have, and you know, any other brand's going to charge way more for this. So I'm
100%.
excited to see. They said May, so they said May. I saw somewhere for their global launch.
Right.
So
Okay.
we'll
So I
see.
need.
We'll
So,
see
so what
how
you're
it
saying is
goes.
I need to hurry up with my reviews before that happens, right?
Yeah, same.
Uh,
I think I will. I'm going to be out of town this early next week, but like I'm going to need to just put review after review after review every single week. So I'll be on the pitch a lot.
yeah. 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 I know though. I know that feeling. Um, Fully Boot saying the MG plate is really great. Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Astute, welcome, sir. Happy Friday to you as well. And S2S Creations enjoying the Vapor 10 comparisons. Is
Mm-hmm.
that your
Yeah,
entirety this week?
that's entirety
Excellent.
this week.
Okay. So for me, so I put my review out on these. So
Yeah,
the Umbro
Umbro.
Velocita Matrix Pro.
Mm-hmm.
These are very, very nice. Enjoyed them a lot. They are just there's a lot of structure, very little stretch.
Mm-hmm.
So this area here,
Mm-hmm.
and all across here was very tight, especially over the first few wears. It's a nice boot. I like it quite a lot. The feeling on feet is like there's just nothing there. It's so lightweight, and it's all very consistent. It's all like a one feeling in the touch and everything like that. It's very nice. For me, I just want it to be a little bit stretchier or a little bit
Mm-hmm.
kind of less structured overall. You can actually
A little
see there's a
more
couple of
forgiving.
areas like here. So there's
Uh-huh.
no internal liner in like this spot,
Mm.
and you can feel how kind of pliable and stretchy this upper material could be, this pro weave could
Mm-hmm.
be. And they've just made, I think, gone a bit overboard with the structure of the liner, especially through the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
But a very nice boot, and definitely the best Velocita that Umbro have made ever. Although that bar might not be the highest.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my review on these is going to drop very shortly onto for members. That will drop tomorrow, I would say, for
Mm-hmm.
members. Um,
Nice.
I am reviewing the Ultra again, purely because this is the AG Ultra, and I
Mm.
want to do a review on the AG because I think the AG plate here is fantastic,
Yeah, it's
and
a
this
really
is
nice
now
plate.
my recommendation for people buying the Ultra, because I've said
Mm-hmm.
this quite a lot, that most people don't need that super aggressive kind of FG outsole. This is a
Mm-hmm.
great FG AG option. It's more durable. It's got really great piece of kind of like the lip here and the taping just to hold everything together. You get all the benefits of an Ultra with a really great plate that you can use on multiple surfaces. Um, with all that said, please watch the review when it comes out, now that I've spoiled the main point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the review on that's coming out. And then finally, as our transition into the main topic of the week, I got these.
Hey.
So these arrived in the Air Max 95 Superfly 10s, which
Mm-hmm.
in hand, they're nicer than I thought they'd be, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty pleased with them in hand. I'm like, okay, those are nice. So I think before we get into the like kind of ranking all of the ones that have come up, these are interesting. Again, I'm going to tell you this, people watching the podcast, I'm dropping a video on these tomorrow. Go watch the video. But anyway, so these are interesting because the only Flynet area is the white area.
Mm-hmm.
grip knit area is the white area. Everything else is covered. So there's no texture here. There's no texture here. This is all completely smooth. So you do lose that really nice element that you get with the Superfly and the Vapor. However, I'm kind of, it's not great, but it's okay. The bigger issue really is that what it's done is giving you this and even these little elements under here for the where the laces go. Again, I think there's a really fantastic way of putting this together in between the grip knit and the liner. It's made the whole boot a little bit stiffer, as you would expect. So it's stiffer, it's kind of more structured, and it holds its shape a lot more. Now, just putting them on feet, you can feel that what that does is it kind of improves the lockdown a bit, and it's going to improve that lateral stability a bit, but you've just lost my two favorite things about the entire boot, which are the grippy grip knit and the soft pliable upper. Like, it's not super stiff or anything. It's just not nearly as soft as the regular version out of the box. So it looks great. It really does. They've done a really good job. For me, I think this is the best sneaker 2 boot that they've done in terms of a design. I think they've done a really good job with it. But it's similar to the Cosmic Speed. It's not that bad, but it comes at the cost of boot performance, quite simply. If you want to buy a boot for the best possible performance, you don't buy this. You go and buy a regular Mercurial, Vapor, or Superfly. These look lovely. For me personally, it's too much of a concession to get something that looks like this. If you're going to lose so much of the grip knit, and you're also going to lose a lot of that softness and pliability. But it looks lovely. That's what we're saying. So what is the chat saying?
Same skin as the Cosmic Speed, or not as slick?
Not as slick. It's different. So this isn't quite as slick as the Cosmic Speed, but there's no texture there. Like, there's no grip or anything on that compared to the actual.
At least sounds more rough.
Yeah, and like even silly things like, because each section is kind of raised slightly, like off each other, there is an element of kind of texture through that, and then there's stitching in all of it, so it all kind of, you do get a little bit there. It's not super slick, but it's nothing close to what you get from the grip knit on the regular versions.
Rich says, is it me, or does the toe box area remind anybody of the F50? A little bit.
I see that. I can see why you'd think that.
S2S. So you're saying that the Superfly decided to come back and become an actual Superfly? I mean, it's different, so I'll say that. But supposedly they're making a Vapor as well.
So supposedly, different. Yeah. So Justin says you. So it's an interesting point, this, Justin. So Justin says it's kind of like the Rotera. You give something up to get something else, not necessarily better, worse, just different. So that's a very good point, and I kind of agree with you, but I also kind of don't. So you're absolutely right that you're giving something up to get something else. You're giving up softness and grip to get structure and lockdown. But what you've actually given up is the best two things about the boot in order to get a small increase in two other things that were okay originally. So for me, like, somebody else might disagree, but for me, the trade-off is not worth it. Like, what you're losing isn't worth what you're gaining, in my opinion. But so with that in mind, and with that one being up, shall I pull up the oh god, I labeled all of these, but this is going to be a disaster. So I'll pull up the old image there. I even went to look at this. I even put a little image next to everything so that we can see what the comparison is. Like I say, I think this is the best transfer. I think it's done very well.
Yeah.
Where would we like to rank them, or what are your thoughts on them? I suppose
it looks like something S2S Creations could do to a standard Superfly. Just
S2S Creations, do you reckon you could do this to a standard Superfly? Because actually, that's a good point. I reckon he could.
Just adding layers on top of a regular Superfly. Obviously, he couldn't do like the inside the lining.
Yeah, this bit, but The rest of
Yeah,
it, you are very, very correct. You could do that. Like
yeah.
you could, because it is just on top of a grip knit base. Like you can even see the line here where it
Hmm.
goes back from the grip knit to the atom knit. You can actually see that. So
Whoa, 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 whoa. He says, listen, buddy, I can do whatever you want. And then with a winking emoji. And it's like,
thanks. Um. So yeah, where are we ranking these? What do you reckon?
we could put them in good. The
I think these are good.
execution's really one done.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll pull up the tier list just real quick so that everyone can have a quick look at that. He says he will. Tier list has crashed. That's not good
Hey,
because that means all of my pictures have crashed and we need those. Come back.
awesome.
This is not good. This is going really well. I was
It's
literally
perfect.
everything's fine and I've got every single one set up. And for some reason, I
Don't
cannot.
attach
Here
it
we
all to the
go.
same file. Got it?
Here we go. Okay. Yeah, I think we should be good. So now the intention here is to just go through each of the kind of transfers, the sneaker to boot options, and have a think about them and rank them.
Mm-hmm.
That is our intention for the next kind of 10 or 15 minutes. So let's see if I can. Yeah, I can't get them to go live.
Mm.
I can see them. It's just nobody else can.
Just use your imagination.
Okay, hold on a second, lads. Andrew, entertain the people. I am exiting, and I will come back.
All right. So we kind of did this whole thing kind of last minute because James had just gotten those in, and we thought it'd be interesting to talk about it. I think it's really like speaks to like the sneakerification of boot culture. So, what you
Oh, I
back?
don't like it. I'm on the other side. Oh, oh, I don't like that. That's weird. Uh, sorry.
That's
Um,
fine.
let's try again, shall we? So the first one, there we go. We're back in the game.
Ah, yeah.
So the first one is the Superfly 5 with the
Mm-hmm.
Air Max 90. These are in no particular order. So do be aware, I was speaking to Clippy about this earlier, Clippy's collection. I am not a sneakerhead. My sneaker knowledge is not amazing. I know boots.
Mm-hmm.
So if I say something wrong about sneakers or I've pulled the wrong picture up, let me know. But
So
it's going to have to be what it is.
oh, Adler tangent. We can talk about Adler. Y'all want to talk about Adler? We can talk about Adler. Dude, these are so nice. Oh, they're still so amazing. Look how soft that leather is. I don't give a shit what's on the screen there.
Oh dear. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. Yes, Superfly 5s. So chat as we go. You can let us know what your thoughts are.
Mm-hmm.
Great, good, meh, bad, or awful are your tiers. Alex, thank you for joining us. Thank you very much. And you can let us know, and we will also rank them. Julio has also joined us, another one of our lovely, lovely members, and Adie's in the house. Welcome, Adie. Thank you very
Nice.
much. So what are you thinking on these? I realized that I said earlier to you that I wasn't really a fan of any of the kind of sneaker remakes, but as I was making
Mm-hmm.
this kind of all these pictures, I was like, actually, there's a lot of ones that are actually all right.
Yeah, this isn't bad. I will say they should have done black tip studs.
They
The
should have
sole is
done,
black on the sneaker.
yeah.
Like I know you're trying to amp up the fact that there's that huge AirPod gel
Yeah.
or the Air Max, but like
Well,
it's got a
they could
black
have gone
bottom.
with like red in the back, and then kind of
Mm-hmm.
black in those kind of front two, and then red at the very toe, and it would have matched up.
We are talking about Nike. They're only going to do so much. But yeah, this is pretty tastefully done. It's a nice shade of gray. It's kind of weird because like the darker gray dominates the boot more than it does on the sneaker itself.
That's very true.
So
So yeah, Superfly 5, Air Max 90. Are they good or meh? I
put
don't
them
think they're
good.
great. Good?
Good fun.
Good. Nice. Okay, moving on up. What do we have next? We have, oh, these are nice. So we have the Air
Yeah.
Max 1 Tiempos.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the only thing I have with these, and I don't know why it is, agree with me, disagree with me in the chat there, I think these look a little like an American football cleat.
I do a bit, yeah.
There's something about them.
It's the toe. It's a different colored toe.
Yeah.
But these are I think these are great. Particularly in terms of wearing, because that toe is rubberized,
Similar
where
to
just like
yeah.
the tactician goat, which means the leather doesn't get busted up as much.
Yeah.
So I've seen some older pairs of these floating around, and the leather still looks in amazing condition because it hasn't been trashed.
Yeah. Nice. And I think you can't really go too far wrong, can you? It's a white base with blue, with a really nice shade of blue in the accents.
Clippy makes a good point. The blue should have connected to the blue in the back.
Hold on a second. Can I get that back?
It's gone.
It's gone. We can't have that
room.
back. We'll just agree with you, Clippy. Oh, I see what he means. Like the front section of the blue toe should have gone all the way along the instep and connected with the back. Yes, it should have done. That's a very good point.
They just half-assed it. And you know why they half-assed it? So that kind of design, the way that's done, that kind of like big and then it goes around like that, that's just ripped off their HG legends from the time. The
so
HG legend had that same. They've just taken it and made it blue.
Fair enough. Good or great?
I put those in great. I like them.
Great. Yeah, I agree as well. I think that's great. Okay. Next up, here we go. So these are the Magista Obra, and these are the Air Max 97s. I will remember. Oh God, they've disappeared. This is not going well. So the Air Max.
I'm looking at the chat because the chat keeps showing it.
Oh,
like
does
it keeps popping up in the video?
Oh,
the
okay.
delay. Yeah.
So the Air Max 97s.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Tell the people what you think. I'm gonna have to go back out, and come back in again.
All right. Yeah. I think they're just terrible. It looks so inspired. Stop collabing low top sneakers on boots. Yeah, with collars. Richard, you're absolutely right. Yeah. You're back. You're on the same side again.
No, I'm not for me. I'm on the wrong side. I'm on the wrong side again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it's throwing me off.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Richard makes a good point. Nike stopped collabing low top sneakers on boots with collars.
Yes. Stop doing that. Why do we have a Superfly when it should be a Vapor? Like, I know supposedly we're getting a Vapor, but why? So anyway, the Obra Air Max 97s. I'm not a fan of these.
These are garbage.
But I also don't think that the trainer itself that it's based on is particularly good. But I also don't like that they seem to have just taken a bit of color. They haven't really done anything special and just put some waves into the boot.
No.
I don't like these.
That's all they did.
It
looks very boring.
I'm happy for these to go in bad.
Yeah, same here.
Nice. Okay. So I'm just being slightly slower to allow everything to kind of catch up.
Load up.
Yeah. So what have we got next? Okay, so I did include the X's of these because there wasn't that many, so I did include the X's. I'll let that one kind of play through, and then I'll also bring up the boot variation, which should be this one just here. Yeah, there we go. This is essentially, actually, somehow the same as this. This is also an Air Max 95. Unless somebody in the chat is going to tell me something that's completely different and it's a different kind of version of the Air Max 95, to my knowledge, that and that are somehow supposed to be the same thing. But like you can see that they've put the kind of the layers into the side of the boot there, but it doesn't look bad. I just think it's executed poorly.
No. Yeah. And it's funny because on this one, more than almost anything else other than the Superfly in your hand, this is the one where they went hardest in terms of like trying to recreate the lines. They've got the gray line coming through there and stuff, and the darker gray line and darker one. But then they kind of half-ass it and don't do lighter grades above that one.
Yeah, they're just like, be right. So while I think these look good, I don't think they can go any higher than like a meh because they've just not executed it well.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Nice.
May is giving it more flowers than it probably
Yeah,
deserves.
probably. Okay, let's move along.
It gets a
A
participation trophy.
participation trophy. It tried, and I think it's part of the benefit is the fact that that boot is quite nice looking. So they've just like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of boots. Like sometimes whatever colorway you put on a boot kind of works because it's quite a nice looking boot. Okay, what do we have next? I apologize if anybody can hear a lot of background noise. It's because it's absolutely pouring down outside. I'm in the middle of a weather warning for rain.
We had an earthquake last
Okay,
night. That was
so
fun.
we have
Yeah.
these, which are the kind of Air Max Plus. Are they TNs or the
TN.
TNs?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
TNs.
Christ up! They've broken again. So
In terms of looks for me, these can only go in good. I don't like them that much.
I
But
don't like them at all, but the
execution wise,
execution's great. Yeah.
yeah, that's why I was kind of thinking of having them in good.
Uh,
I know DJ has a pair, and he absolutely loves them.
So here's a fun fact. I was chatting to Clippy about these earlier. I did not know this, and he told me this. That so obviously they released the purple, they released the orange. I do have pictures of both. I'll have to leave the chat,
Oh, that was it.
leave
Hey.
and come back in just a second to get that back up. But so in the remakes of the sneakers, there is also a blue colorway, and if you put all three boxes together, it makes the outline of the shoe.
That's awesome.
And they've done the same boxes for the boots, the purple and the orange, but they didn't do the blue.
But they don't have
so if you put all of the boxes together, so if you put the two boxes together for the boots, you get a purple, you get the back of the boot, and you get the front of the boot. But the blue makes up the middle of the boot, and you don't get it. And Clippy was saying to me earlier that he was literally waiting. So he's a big fan of these, and he's a big fan of the blue colorway, and he was waiting for the blue to drop, and it never did. So actually, if you look at how it's set up, it's an incomplete set. There should be a blue to complete the set.
Hey, you're enjoying collecting this, right? Look at this little Easter egg we got. Also, go to hell.
Exactly. Hold on, I'll show you that. I didn't have time to turn it into something for the screen, but I'll show you on my phone. So this is the.
Yeah.
Which is what we should have got.
That's so weird.
But we didn't get that on the boots because they didn't do the blue. So you're missing the middle part of the shoe.
That's like just typical of Nike.
So funny.
Organization as a whole is just like. Just so close and then just completely skipping or missing something.
Yeah, I think that's very, very funny that it's just been completely skipped. 1 second.
Yay! Freedom, 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 freedom. The rage I have for this, Clippy. I understand your rage now. That's totally valid rage.
Yeah, so Clippy was talking to me about this, and you could tell through his messages that he was just getting angrier and angrier about that he was even talking about this missing blue pair of TNs. So yeah, I showed the purple a second ago. We also have the orange just here.
Orange.
And like I say, I agree with you. I don't like them. I would never wear them. But the execution is very good.
Very well done.
Yeah. So did they go into good for just pure execution?
Yeah, I think they go into good.
Nice. Okay.
What would it take for me to do a 30-day Merc only challenge? Well, it would have to be the Korea Vapor 13s. If it has to be a vapor that I don't like.
I think any vapor would be okay.
No, because if it was a Vapor 10, it'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend 30 days wearing a boot I already like.
That's true.
Same with the Vapor 3, 8, 9, the 11 at a stretch. But yeah, to do any of the other Vapors, I would probably want it to be that Korea colorway to make it justifiable.
That's fair. Such a great colorway. Okay, where are we at here? So we've done the Air Max 97. I have the Air Max 97X, but I'm not going to bring that up
Mm,
because we're already having problems. The Superfly 10 we've already done. So I think, again, correct me in the chat if I have missed something, but I found these. So we got a Tiempo
oh
X,
yeah, yeah.
which was actually
Hmm.
different. So all the others are
Hmm.
just the same colorway. Like the Hypervenom is the same, but on um,
Hmm.
a different outsole. These actually are different because they're the red. Um, so this was on the Air Max 90. See, I had to
Hmm.
learn so much about bloody
Sneakers.
sneakers to do
Yeah.
this. Um, so on the Air Max 90, again, it's collapsed and given up on itself. So I'm just
Yeah,
not going to bother
that's
putting
fine.
that one back up.
It's,
Um,
it's it's I think that's pretty nice. Again, they could have gone the whole way around with the red, and it would have made it look a lot better.
yeah, I think because they have the on this one because it is the black at the front and the white at the back. I don't know. I think this one's just good. I don't think it's as nice as the
Yeah,
blue
no,
Tiempo.
no, no, no. The
I think
blue
that one's just
shows
good.
up more.
Nice.
It's
Uh,
funny because those tiempos received a lot of on pitch. Like Sergio Ramos wore them forever,
mm,
and then those Air Max TN ones, like a lot of players wore those for a while.
they did, yeah. It's interesting
Does
what
the
they've.
Jordan Hypervin count?
Oh, that's a
No,
good
because it's
point.
not.
But
But it's not based on a. Oh, it kind of is
is it
based on
based on a
a
shoe?
Hypervin. Yeah, it is. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Here's my cop out for that. It's the Hypervenom 2, so it's absolute dog shit.
yeah. Good. Well,
I
yeah,
don't know why. I see those Jordan Hypervenom great. They're great looking. You put those on your feet, you're asking for trouble.
yeah.
I see people reselling them and like charging insane prices for them, and it's like if it's somebody who's never had them and has just always seen pictures of them, you're gonna be sorely disappointed when you get them in hand
That's true. They do
because
look great, but they're just not a good football
they
boot.
took so long to sell. And
Um,
like we had this thing where every quarter Nike would let us do a return. And one quarter it was just all of the Jordan Hypervenom stuff. All of it. Just it did not sell.
so they were the Jordan fives. Somebody who knows sneakers,
I
let me know.
guess, yeah.
Um, yeah. So I should have included those. So yeah, there we go.
Hmm.
Those are ones that I definitely missed. But
Yeah.
they're so terrible that they can piss off.
Yeah.
But they do
That's
look.
that's our excuse.
But I would honestly, just on pure looks, I would put both of those into great. I think the
Yeah.
black and
Yeah.
the white are both fantastic looking
Yeah.
um, football boots. I really do like them. But yeah, it's Nike are probably. I don't know. I feel like Nike are probably a bit pissed about that fact that they gave them to like Neymar as well now, because they're like, God
Hmm.
damn it! Like we went all this like Jordan, Neymar, Nike collab, and then
To
he's
be
just.
fair, that wasn't really their fault if you look into what happened.
Oh, not at all, not at all. It's just like they're
Yeah.
probably like a
Yeah.
little bit annoyed about the fact that they did put all of this behind him and then just got screwed. But
That's what
yeah,
we call the Jordan effect. Yeah. But Michael Jordan, by the way, I think he gets 10% of the total sales every year
it's something like that,
of
isn't it?
Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he makes billions, billions.
Yeah. Yeah. The
Like
guy's stupid rich.
absolutely. I would probably say I'd love for to do a triple black 97 with reflective bits would be so sick. Or even if they wanted to remake them for the CR7 Patchwork series, this is a nice idea. Although it's triple black,
Yeah.
so I'm just not interested. Uh, but yes, Clippy, you're absolutely right. The Jordan Hypervenom should count, and I did not include them. I got distracted by Air Maxes and the 800 of them, and
Hmm.
ended up going down that route.
As to
So
us, yeah, they were the fives, but low key had one reference point, which were their shark teeth on the lateral sides.
right, yeah, because
Yeah.
so they weren't necessarily so they looked great, but they weren't necessarily very accurate to what we actually got
Yeah. Yeah.
on a Jordan 5, because the 5 had it on the sole, right? Yeah, sure.
I don't know. I
Like I
don't
think
care.
it's on the it's on like so the actual I know this is a boot, but on the shoe it's like on this section. It's on like the midsole, and it's just here. There's
Mhm.
like sharp teeth. Anyway, my
Anyway,
my lack of knowledge on sneakers has been exposed this evening. But I
your
never
lack of knowledge, I have zero knowledge.
I never claimed to be like sneaker wizard sneaker reviews. This is boot wizard boot
Yes.
reviews,
Sure. Sure. Sure.
and that's
How
it.
dare you come into our? How dare you appropriate our culture?
Yeah. 80 is now making a concept of proper boots's idea. I love that. See, the chat is great. The chat's a win. That I believe is us. Sorry, go on.
Hold on. Boot Maniac says I should do give the Vapor 16 a second go. Merc only.
To be fair,
Uh,
Boomaniac Julio loves the current Vapor.
I'll tell you what. You buy me a pair and you pay me, and I'll do it. I refuse to do it otherwise. I have so many reviews I need to get done. I
Yeah.
am so backlogged. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, me also.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to kind of just keep
This
up and get
summer is
stuff
going to
going.
be brutal.
Yeah. I think I was telling you the other day that if I have like this list of ideas and a schedule for things and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
If I was to put out 2 reviews a week, I would go to mid-July, and if I was to put out
Mm-hmm.
3 videos a week, so 2 reviews plus one other, which is all part of my list, I would still end up going to mid-July. Like
God damn.
that's how far ahead I am prepped, and
Yeah.
that's not including that we've got a new Phantom coming. We've probably got a new F50 coming.
Mm-hmm.
These are obviously going to
Yeah.
take time and such. That didn't plan for these. It doesn't plan for the
Mm-hmm.
Bellingham Preds that are coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, I believe that is it
That's
for
it.
today, ladies and gentlemen. So what I'm going to do is I am going to hopefully switch the chat, the whole stream, to members only, and the channel members should be able to continue to be here and have a little
Mm-hmm.
chatsy with us for maybe half an hour or so, as
Mm-hmm.
a members only chat. So we will see. The podcast will end here for anybody watching on the live stream. Sorry, not like so anybody watching the catch up. So do get subscribed to the Boot Wizard channel. Check out the Lockhart Boot
Mm-hmm.
blog, Instagram, and the Lockhart Boot blog, where we've got some lovely stuff coming up. And we will be switching to members only discussion live chat from now. And we'll go from there. So let's see what happens. This might not work. I've never tried it before. Bye, everybody
Let's see
who's
what
not here
happens.
right now.
Bye.
Bye.